As we continue to celebrate transparency on this platform, all your DMs and drafts will be made public. In life, you get what you negotiate.
He recently got fired because he will auto-cue the show while he's out partying or chilling at home.
Smart. Give that man a bells. Makeka wasn't the winner. McJunior. We don't even know him. He doesn't even trend.
Dude.
It's rigged.
It's rigged.
It's rigged.
It has to be rigged.
It's rigged. 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those 3 hours are sweet. If you want to do a Twitter space, if you want to get people to engage, they are highly active at that time.
Come November, it's 12,000 rand on the line. So, Kitlawa Murege come December.
Like, no, I was gone for good.
I was gone for good.
Now I'm back.
Introducing Color Space, a stock photo platform dedicated to showcasing images of Black people. Whether you're a professional photographer or you just know your way around a smartphone, sign up, submit your photos, and start earning through your creativity. Visit www.colorspace.co.za.
My nigga, what's happening?
What's good? Hey man, I'm nice, man. I'm nice. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
So that's the one that has replaced No Homo, yeah?
No Homo pause is replaced by No Diddy.
And I think DJ Academics has actually what you call this? Copyrighted no Diddy word. Is
it him or the rapper from Atlanta? There's this rapper from Atlanta.
Somebody did
also
it, yeah.
Copyrighted or trademarked, one of the two.
Yeah, so somebody actually trademarked the no Diddy thing. So now instead of saying no homo, you actually say no Diddy, which is actually pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But otherwise, my dog, how's your week?
Last week, you mean? Or this week?
The one before.
Oh, the one before.
The one
Holy
before.
Week. That was the Holy Week.
The Holy Week, actually.
The week leading to Good Friday.
Skale on Thursday was a holiday, or was it Friday?
Friday
was the holiday.
Good Friday. It was a Good Friday on Friday.
Was it a Good
People were
Friday?
going for good.
Oh, they were going for good.
You know the joke. Do you know that joke?
I want to tell this joke. So I don't know it that well, but I'm going to tell the joke. So there was this guy who was in the kitchen, and then it comes Good Friday. Then boss would say, boss, they hamper for good. I told boss, hey man, I'm sad, man. Ish, don't go. Don't look, organize the bonus, at 35,000. I think the story was 20,000.
Yep.
But who said 35,000? At 35,000, la point to his account. Figure that side. Ati ha. Umlungu wami uyangithanda mos. Yo. Aya uthi uyangithanda umlungu wami.
And then he comes back Monday.
Monday.
Like, no, I was gone for good.
I was gone for good.
Now I'm back. Hey man.
So Mlungu, I think as Black people and white people, we sometimes say things differently. So Black people will say good, like you happy good or something like that. But he good.
That's Good Friday. That's the whole weekend.
Yes,
actually. It's not just the Friday. He good is the whole weekend.
And then the English version is Good Friday.
Yep.
Oh man, I also had a good Easter weekend, to be honest. I played way too much golf, but I actually enjoyed it. I got to explore some amazing places.
Nice.
I was at River Club. I was at
the
Modern.
Pictures look nice from River Club.
Dude, right? Let me tell you about those.
So well manicured, my G.
Dude, you're not the only one who says that everywhere is just green.
Yeah.
Like it's grass that was like every grass was like put there, like stitched on there. Amazing golf course. But yeah, I also went to Benoni Lake, I think. Very nice ones. I'm leading the league. If anybody wants to play me in golf, come through. After 6 games, I'm leading 6. Yeah, 6 games, I'm leading the league.
You're leading now.
I'm leading the league.
My brother. We come a long way. I'm part of that thank you speech when you get the money.
At the end. Yeah, come November, it's 12,000 rand on the line. So, Kitlawa Murege come December.
Spaza Talk is sponsoring a soccer team. Any soccer Kaiser Chiefs, we're going to be there. With that 12,000 rand, we'll be there.
But I see something else happen in Easter. The first rollers, El Clasico.
El Clasico. It's like El Clasico. El Clasico Cup Easter edition. I actually went there because one of my friends is a brand manager of a company that was sponsoring Yeah. So I was fortunate to go there on Monday, actually. I was meant to go there on Friday, but I had some church stuff to go to. But man, it was an amazing tournament. I'm like, it makes me happy to see townships looking like that. People coming together to support each other. Like there was an entrance fee. I think it was 10 rand to get into the stadium. People paid for that. Yeah. There were families. Like I saw a father with his daughter, and man, I was so happy to see such things. Like doing good things, not just drinking for once.
The whole time, right? Yeah.
And the guys, like those soccer players are good. Like some were former Sundowns players, some Pirates players. And the team that won was the Overland, right? I had the privilege, I'd say privilege, to meet the coach.
Okay.
Because he came to where I was chilling. Okay. I don't know the guy, but they call him the Josio Mourinho of the East.
Okay, well, you're supposed to know.
Yeah. He comes to me, I'm like, shit, man. That game was tough because he played a game. So when I got there, they were playing a game against Pulukwani something.
Yeah.
They drew, they went to penalties, and they won. Penalties.
Okay, to get into the final.
Yeah, to get into the final. Because I got there for the semi. I just watched the semi-final game, then I left.
Sure.
So I'm like to him, hey, man, that was a tough game. It's like, Chief, I won that one. So final, are you not scared? I never lose the final. You can ask anyone here. I never lose the final. And he won.
Oh, that's a whole
But he was drunk. That's one thing I hate about those kind of things. I think if we can take such things serious, don't include alcohol, drink as a celebration. I don't know if you've watched
afterwards,
the movie,
maybe, yeah.
Gran Turismo.
No, I haven't.
There's one lesson about champagne is for the podium.
Exactly.
It's not for drinking. Yeah. No, it's for the podium.
That's so true, right? So now shout out to them for obviously winning. I know that you obviously went out there. This is nice to see because we're also seeing the Nedbank Cup coming up. It's going to come up, I'm sure. It was also a huge thing in the past few years. So that's something exciting that happened. But something that bad happened. I mean, I want to talk about it. I know that it's in our notes here.
Yeah.
The bus crash that happened over the weekend, killing 45 people.
Man, that was a sad incident, my brother.
For sure, yeah. And there was one survivor. So I believe the bus was Botswana to Moria.
To Moria, yes. It was for a church gathering.
But some people are saying, sorry to cut you short, some people are saying, can we not use the Moria name loosely because it actually wasn't for Moria. That bus was going somewhere else.
But that's what they said on the news, actually.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Yeah, so I saw a tweet, somebody else coming with that. So I don't know which one to believe, right? Because I think the narrative immediately is like, it was going to Moria.
Because it's going to Limpopo or to South Africa. Because I think it was going to South Africa via Limpopo. Maybe that's why they were assuming it was going to Moria.
To Moria, sure, yeah. So that was an unfortunate accident. And I believe a child survived.
Yeah, an 8-year-old was a survivor.
A little girl.
Yeah, a little girl. She was traveling with her grandmother. Oh. So the grandmother didn't make it. But her mother did come through and pick up the young girl.
Oh, that is so sad. To have even been part of the thing, the trauma to that. So that's something that also happened to the weekend. And then of course, amadoda wena beshada as always. Kashada nge-Easter, no?
Ubani bekashada?
Akashada nge-Easter.
Is Heritage Day.
Heritage Day.
It's for music videos and marriage. So that's the excuse from guys. They wear traditional attires. Oh, babe, we have music video.
Sure.
Can do your shad.
Okay, so this
he's getting married.
This weekend they were not shenanigans.
No.
Okay, so family
I think
stuff.
this year people are gonna get married on the 29th of May. They're gonna wear their EFF t-shirts or ANC. Babe, we have in your voter. Buya shadi
the next day. But I'm seeing also something interesting here, bro. I'm seeing the DSTV conversation coming along with Canal.
It's interesting. So this popped up in our trending, not trending topics, but in terms of trending conversations, right? There's 3 that come up on Brandwatch. And this was one of them at the months-old channels. So just that phrase came out. And then I had to do a deep dive. Good, what is this? But I've been seeing, I don't know if I'm snitching now. Hey, son, I'm probably snitching on the homies. Yeah. But what I saw is people are putting out, I'm opening all DSTV channels. So here's the plug. I'm opening all DSTV channels. Your DSTV account must not be owing. You pay after your channels are unlocked. So they can unlock premium for 650 for 15 months, 850 for 20 months, and 1,200 for 25 months.
This must be an April Fool's joke.
This is not an April Fool's joke. This was on the 31st, actually. And it's not just from this one account. I've been seeing this a lot on Twitter.
So are people opening their own accounts for this?
So you need an account at DSTV.
Sure.
And then you pay them. They do what.
Who are these guys?
I don't know these guys, man. And this is not good because we pay for that content.
Yeah.
DSTV has to pay people.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
now,
yeah.
if it's going via, that is not good for our own country. We won't be getting new content, firstly, because they won't have money to pay the talent.
There's so much that
So-
happens on here. Yeah.
As much as you want to hula hoop the system, I think just stick to YouTube if you can't afford DSTV.
I think what these guys do, I know DSTV controls you that you can't record their screen. I don't know on which devices. Some people record the screen and like they do on YouTube all the time. You can find every
this
episode.
unlocks channels for you. It's like I won't snitch, but there's someone I know that has this device. That device, they have access to everything.
Is it?
Showmax, Netflix,
And it's free.
that guy has US channels, bro, French channels.
Obviously, you have to do some stuff, right?
You buy that box, you pay like 1 point something. But
Aye, bro.
anyways, we're all about supporting talent. We don't push piracy. This is piracy, actually.
Sure, yeah. So we definitely don't support it. But we
Yeah.
see that Patrice Motsepe, the billionaire himself,
The
is in
head
talks.
boy of the country.
The head boy of the country.
Sure.
He doesn't even want to be president. I think he's okay being the head boy.
He's okay with being the head boy because
Yeah.
the head boy calls the shots.
I see that he's in charge or he's in conversation with Canal Plus with the takeover here, multi-choice.
Yeah, so he saw it as an opportunity to come in as what is this company? African Rainbow.
Yes,
To come in
minerals, African Rainbow Minerals.
Yeah. He saw it as an opportunity for them to plug in now since Canal Plus wants to buy DSTV and the negotiations are taking slightly longer, but I think they have a deadline of April 15th.
For
so
sure.
MultiChoice has to come back with feedback. We would see, are they going forward or not? But I think they are going to go forward because what I saw today on the news is that the current chairman wanted to resign, but they said no, he should stay. MultiChoice, the DSTV chairman wanted to resign, but MultiChoice board was like, no, please stay until we finish this the acquisition, the Canal Plus deal, actually.
Yeah.
So Motsepe is gonna come in from a BEE requirement side of things, you know. And you know, if they screw with Motsepe, they won't get this deal because he'll probably say, Mr. Prez,
Sure.
Mr. Prez, these guys can come to our country and it's done for them.
And it's done. But now the other flip side of this is, I was talking to an Uber driver and I think he mentioned the same thing. So, and we talked and we said, we hope that the content doesn't change. I think we've also had a similar conversation. We hope that they hire South African people. We hope that it grows the economy instead of taking
100%.
away from the economy, because that could be a thing. We could literally see a whole lot of videographers, producers, writers coming into South Africa to change scripts, write scripts, to help with scripts, whatever it may be, sometimes to take away. So we hope that this actually contributes to people.
I'm glad there's a South African in that deal. I'm just glad Motsepe is part of it so that he can steer it in that direction.
We hope so.
We hope so.
We hope so. I
hope
mean,
too.
we look at the Uber conversation right now. Obviously, Uber had to operate in this country. I mean, I'm saying obviously because I'm just assuming they had to go through somebody, like maybe a Patrice or the president or something like that. And Uber has become a problem in this country.
Minister of Transport.
Yeah, how many cases have we had of rape and people missing and killings and all these types of things, and it still doesn't leave the country?
I think it's easy for our government to bring things into the country, but there's no regulations and laws behind all those kind of things. It goes back to the digital nomads conversation that we had with Akon.
Yeah.
But yes, we were quick to say, hey, come work from here. But are they contributing to the country? Nope.
Is it contributing to the economy, and in what major way? Because maybe it sounds cool for MultiChoice to get that deal, but what does it mean for the rest of people? But anyway, that's some really, really exciting news. We're definitely looking forward to it. We know that some of the content on Canal Plus is super amazing. And then, I see in the notes here there's Diddy. Who Diddy's keeper? Is he found?
Diddy was found. I think he handed himself in.
But
and then he went partying this weekend.
Yeah, the videos I see, he's just out. He's getting interviews with people.
I think he just went in for questioning and stuff like that because his lawyer came out with a statement last week. Ugote, they are cooperating and all those kind of things.
Okay.
So let's see how it goes, man.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Hey,
Diddy
interesting.
still Diddy. We heard those voice notes.
Yeah, we heard everything. We saw everything, and I don't think he's gonna get away with it, bro.
Nah, not
There's nothing.
scot-free.
No, there's nothing to get away with here. Like I think is, I don't want to say done for, but I mean, it's not gonna end in good news for him.
Did you see the thread that I shared with you? Who's behind his downfall?
Oh, I saw that. Actually, that was a good thread. Thanks for
Yeah.
sharing that one. It's really detailed. I mean, it goes into like those guys into the Ciroc deals and stuff like that. But that's obviously a conspiracy theory.
True. True.
But it makes sense. And then I love how 50 Cent also sort of like adds the humor into it. And then he affirms that Ciroc thing actually. Because 50 Cent is also in this alcohol business deals. And so he should know a few things here and there. So he's confirming it. So, hey, that's hectic stuff, bro.
I think for me it makes sense because you can't be a billionaire solely from rap. Not just rap.
And on your own.
And on your own. No. Look at Dre. Dre, he needed beats for him to be a billionaire.
Yeah.
Jay-Z, music is probably like 10%
Of what he does,
his
yeah.
net worth.
Sure,
You
yeah,
understand
yeah.
that there's alcohol, restaurants, apps. He's an angel investor in Silicon Valley. They don't tell us all those things.
All those things,
We
yeah.
just see the
Uber,
music.
we all know
Uber,
that they get all the kind of
yep.
stuff. Yeah. Interesting one, man. And then we had April Fool's Day, bro. And there's quite a couple of things that happened. TJ's Boo, one of them is the one who fooled us all.
With Radio 2000.
2000,
Oh,
yeah.
is he not going?
No, it's
I
not
was
going.
so convinced,
Same
bro.
here, right?
Yeah, Bolos Boo.
The comments on under his tweet. Yeah, everyone has the prize. Everyone is
Oh, God. So, Ageko, a radio.
No, he went to the station on the day, but I
Yeah.
think he was standing in for somebody on the day. And then I think they talked about like what's happening with the person that's meant to be on
Sure.
on that seat and blah blah blah. But he's not going to be coming on.
Okay.
He's not going to be a
Boo, you
permanent
fooled us all,
resident.
man. Fooled us all, dog. More fire.
More fire, Chico. So that was an interesting, really interesting one. That's the one that I know caught a bit of Twitter.
Yeah.
But
This one stood out for me.
Is there another one? Please, can you
Yes,
talk to
it's
me?
this Twitter one. So Twitter put out a tweet. X put out an X.
Yeah.
And it says, as we continue to celebrate transparency on this platform, all your DMs and drafts will be made public.
Yo.
And they commented to say, even bookmarks.
Yo.
But that was an April Fool's joke, my G.
Yo. Yo. I can just imagine
Fun.
all the DMs open.
Fun.
But what do you think if you like all the DMs leaked? I mean, would that be like? What do you think would happen to Twitter anyway? Because I mean, I'm sure something like this has happened before with many other
It will
companies.
drive more people to the platform.
I think
Because
so.
they want to go look at those messages,
I think
right?
so. Yeah.
But for people like me, there's no action. So you won't find anything. You'll just find messages to myself.
Yeah.
Because that's what I normally do. I send myself
Sure.
stuff so that I can retrieve it on the
Later
other side.
on, yeah.
Or send it to you. You know,
Fair enough.
it's just those minor. But others.
I wasn't getting.
Yep.
Fair enough, man. And then what else has been happening on Twitter last week? I see there was a lady also based I think we spoke about her on Kaka CFM, and then she was getting paid 2,800 rand.
2,800 rand. Penny, is it Penny Ntuli?
Yeah, Penny Ntuli, but
Penny Ntuli.
yeah, but she now just got a gig at Josie FM.
Dog, I'm so happy for her, man. I'm so happy for her. And it's crazy that some people that don't even get 2,800 were laughing, talking shit about it, which is not cool, right?
Yeah.
She whatever because they were saying, ooh, people will say they have this kind of life, they buying this, but they earning this much. You don't know what else she does. That's
Yeah,
probably
that's so
one
true.
of.
That's so true. Because I mean, they did take her out. They were not taking her out, but they were showing pictures of her posing with BMWs, Lamborghinis, and then it's the question of like, and not posing with them, like I'm
Acting
just
like
make-
it's hers.
Yeah, she was driving the car out of the dealership, like in. But yeah, I
But
just
these
made a
guys
purchase.
get what's this?
On her post, she said it's hers. On her
endorsements.
post, she said it's hers, bro.
Eish. What if Kevin?
Kanjani?
Ngaleyo 2.0 because radio is probably her moonlight. She
Okay.
probably does something else. She probably comes from a rich family.
But that is wrong of the radio station, and she did say that her family depends on her. She's the breadwinner, but that is wrong of the station to pay her
Radio
2,000.
doesn't like if you're up and coming. I've had a lot of friends in that space and people I know. It doesn't pay that much.
But it shouldn't be like that, bro. That's exploitation. if we're being absolutely
how?
honest.
How much do you think they should get paid? If you had a radio station, if Spaza Talk had a radio station tomorrow, and we had people, auditioning, how much would the first presenter, let's say, drive time?
I think in the beginning, Asaz.
Up and coming.
Asaz in the beginning, but the show can prove itself over time by looking at advertisement, so the amount of listeners, the amount of advertisement slots on those type of things. I mean, there is no way that for one show you're getting paid 2,800 rand. I think for one show, was it a month? It was a month. Yeah, it was a month. Not even for one show. Lebo, that is crazy. But for my photography, for an hour, I charge more than that for studio photography. So now there's somebody who does like a 4 or 5 hour show.
Yeah.
And they're talking on a national radio station like Gaga CFM. When on that same radio station, there are other presenters who are earning 60,000 rand. And I'm sure.
I'll tell you about life, Zoom. In life, you get what you negotiate.
Of course, yeah. She
negotiated what she negotiated. She signed what she signed.
True. But
we don't know the circumstances that she was in.
But the truth is, Gaga CFM should never be offering that according to the law. Yeah, they should never.
That's below minimum wage.
Because somebody will take it. That's the problem. Like we had an issue the other time where Saints, the club in Cape Town, was offering... I think 800 rand.
Photograph. I saw that.
800 rand kind
I
of
saw
thing.
that.
And
they're like, you need this light, you need this, you need that,
and
with demands.
And some people were justifying it like, we're not justified, but they had questions like you have right now. And but either way, it's exploitation. Even if
that one I know because my close brother, which is you, is in that space.
Yeah.
So you tell me these kind of things every day. You go to, people can't do this, you can't do that. So I know to trade carefully when I'm dealing with creatives.
And
because
money,
what they have is a skill, and we think it's easy. We think you just take a camera. No, there's lighting involved. There's this, there's that. It's a skill.
Yeah, just like this penny lady. I mean, talking is an art, guys.
100%. There's preparing that goes into that.
I'm laughing because a YFM DJ recently, I think this is rumors, but recently got fired. I think I saw this on Zimoja. He recently got fired because he will auto cue the show while he's out partying or chilling at home.
Smart. Give that man a bell.
But a whistleblower took him out, and then that's how they found him out. So he was smart, dog.
You must necklace impi.
But the problem is, the adverts and stuff like that, they started showing that they were being, what you call this, there were no songs in his thing. Or not there were no songs. There was something that was missing in his whole show that he wasn't doing. So they were started picking up one by one, but then somebody
So he would do it every day and not now and again.
Umuntu uyagrova, your show is on, and siyambona thina ethombeni, how did you get here? When the show isn't your show on? Asazilutho musasikho ku radio thina.
Yeah, I mean, I think I have a problem with that. I have a problem with things like that. You can't apply for a job that you know that you don't want to do.
Sure, it requires this and that.
Exactly, and it's a lot of people that work in government positions. I know I'm using this as a venting thing, but Upanwel has said it before. I'm not degrading or anything, but he's right. You can't go apply for a job. I need a job. You get the job, and then now it's a problem. I work on public holidays. This. You agreed.
You to the job, yeah.
You agreed.
Unless you state the terms in the beginning,
in the
and
interview.
then you sign.
Tell them in the interview what you want and what you don't want.
Funny enough, I had a manager before I left my job. I was working at an agency, and my manager had just come from one agency, and she laid her terms up front, and she told me this once she got hired, that she told them on this date, and she had like a 4-year plan up front. On this date, I'm going to this wedding. On this date and this date, I'm going with my husband to watch this concert.
Yep.
And it's like overseas stuff. Like I'm gone for a week, I'm gone for 2 weeks, and she was literally like gone for like 8 months when she started. Like it was on and off. But they signed
negotiate.
They negotiate and they signed it. So which was funny enough. So I think you're right. People don't negotiate when they actually sign in the contracts.
Anyways, we're done spitting game. Now let's get into it.
So we see that a lot of things happened last week, Mijam. There's so much to even talk about on Twitter right now. The other thing we're forgetting, which is actually very big news, is the win of Bibi Mzansi.
We're gonna get into it. It's not Makeke. Makeke wasn't the winner. Mac Jr. We don't even know him. He doesn't even trend.
Dude!
It's rigged.
It's rigged. It has to be rigged.
It's rigged.
But we'll talk about it later on. So let's get started with the
numbers.
With the numbers from last week. So guys, by the way, we're actually talking from the previous week. So if you're listening to it this week or whatever week you're listening to, we're actually talking from a previous week. I I want to start with the numbers of the amount of people that tweeted last week. So we've got 6.4 million people that tweeted, which is a 2% decrease. Not the greatest.
It was
but
Holy Week, Zooms. People
was
were
Holy
fasting.
Week. Yeah,
So some were like, no Twitter for a week.
yeah, definitely. I know I was definitely actively out there, not really as much on Twitter. But we know a lot was still happening on Twitter. And then in terms of the unique authors, we're seeing that 116,000 people were tweeting last week, which is a 3% increase. Really, really interesting.
Abafundisi labo. They were calling people to church.
Of course. Nabo mama bana ma Twitter, come to church, come to church, come to church. So that's all on what happened in the overview of the total tweets and the total authors. And then in terms of the sentiment, we're seeing in the negative, we're seeing hallelujah, a 7% decrease on the negative.
Ooh.
So bekumnandi this
Holy
weekend.
Week.
Oh,
I'm
Holy
getting
Week.
angela. Negativity pants.
Usatani
pants.
Satani pants.
And what did you see on the green?
Positive
Phezulu.
sentiment has definitely gone up. That's amazing, bro. That's actually amazing. So the positive sentiment has gone up by 3%,
Ooh.
which is also really, really dope. And then let's touch on to the conversations that happened in the negative sentiment that we're seeing on here.
Yeah.
We're seeing a French Montana and P. Diddy birthday celebration. Is that relevant?
Yeah, I think it's one of the videos that we saw of Diddy when they were celebrating stuff.
He was
So-
half naked. Who was half
Birthday
naked?
party. I think it's the ladies.
Okay, the ladies were
Yeah,
half
OT.
naked. Muti. And then there's alleged fraud in South Africa with Tammy Taylor. Or Tammy Taylor speaks out about alleged fraud, sparking controversy and discussion. What's that one happening about? What's happening there?
So what I saw is I don't know how many they were, but
Yeah.
I saw a guy. He was part of a scam that they were doing, right? I think they got over 500 million. But I know the Tammy Taylor CEO was also linked to this. So I'm thinking Tammy Taylor is the brand.
Yes, it is, yeah.
Was speaking against those allegations. So I think they were distancing themselves from what was happening.
I saw
forgot
something
what
also.
they
I just
did,
can't
man.
remember what it was.
I was
yeah.
reading that. I don't know. A lot of things happened, so I consumed a lot of media. So now I forgot. But I know it's a gentleman here in South Africa. I don't like mentioning race because
Sure.
we all South Africans, but he's not our hue.
Sure.
But he was stealing money for the longest time.
I've heard of these things. I saw something about this conversation. So you guys let us know if you saw something in the comments. Or if you see us, just let us know what is happening with that conversation. And then I see my e-tolls, which is an old conversation because e-tolls were scrapped quite a while back.
Hey, lava. They were scrapped, but not scrapped.
Okay.
So someone said they were scrapped before it was finalized.
Yes, yeah.
And it wasn't final. I think Lufense, our premier, said they were scrapped and it wasn't finalized. So someone corrected him. So now it means they are finalized. And the same party that brought them is celebrating that they are going.
I still see some people have it, like an Uber. Some Uber drivers still have
the e-tag.
The e-tag,
Even
yeah.
by the toll
And
gate,
yeah.
I'll see a couple of peeps that
And
just
beep.
drive past.
Yeah. So that's interesting. That happened last week, and then of course the ANC has found several senior members guilty of failing to declare financial interests, raising concerns about transparency and accountability within the party. Of course, and we know that it's not. I don't think this is a secret that, you know, if there's an ANC event, they try and make sure that, you know, somebody within the party probably owns that company, or they get kickbacks, or their cousin, things like that, man. I think that conversation, because it's government, it becomes a bit different.
Yeah.
But generally, you're also going to suggest your family member, if they're good at something, you're also going to, you know, maybe have interest in certain companies if they're good at it. But yeah, I think this is because it's government, it becomes news.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then let's go into the positive.
I see Beyonce is here because she
Yeah.
dropped an album.
She
actually.
dropped an album. What is it? Cowgirl is what?
Something.
in America.
The only thing I really loved about that album was the photos, which are looking really amazing. A photographer,
Yeah,
by
she
the
always does like a proper photo shoot for her albums. She does
photographer, Blake Cledwell, amazing photographer. Check
Guys,
him out.
take tips from Beyonce. Whenever you release something, anything, whether it's a presentation or you are releasing a photo dumps, hit up Cyril. He takes the best pictures.
straight up. And then melanated perfection, emphasis on worth of melanin over gold. Okay,
Yeah,
is it worth talking about?
No, it's not really worth it. I think it's so we used Iris just to analyze the entire conversations that were around the positive sentiment,
yeah.
yes. And some of these like people being proud of their skin hue, you know what I'm saying? So melanin is worth more than gold type of thing. But I think one that stood out for me was the expression of gratitude for fans' energy and love at a performance. So this is all dedicated to Yolanda. Monyai.
She was out somewhere. She wasn't. She
was
at
out at
room 130 bar or something.
Yeah. She was out. She's loved, man.
She is
loved. I also saw a video of the BB Mzansi house members leaving the house.
Okay.
Man, they are now celebrities.
They are definitely.
There were people outside taking pictures. They had to walk around with security.
Which is fair, you know. Looking at what has happened in the past, Kosi has become a huge star.
Yeah.
When you're on Big Brother, I think all of the contestants, I think there's 12 of them, it's a huge opportunity to get yourself out there, to advertise yourself. When you're on the show, you make the most of it. And I think that's why these guys are able to walk out as celebrities. About UCJ as celebrities right now. About the previous contestants, most of them are celebrities.
I'll tell you something though, and it's not a secret because someone has hit me up on WhatsApp and they wanted me to be to sign up as part of their company so that when videos come out, I can like it, I can retweet, they send me scripts to tweet, and I make $100. I was like, guys, do you know, okay, not anything, but I wouldn't do that nonsense for 100
Sure, not $100,
No, I won't do that. So, Lababe BB Titans, whenever you get selected and you are part of the house, someone hits you up. There's a company out there that hits you up and tells you, good, we can get people rallying behind you.
Which is actually
that's what happens.
Which is actually super smart. I think it's only fair to have a company that creates fans around you.
But they should make those tweets authentic. Look at the tweets that go out. Maybe click Liema or Yolanda. They all look the same.
Yeah, for sure.
Look the same.
I think it's engagement. That's the thing. So the conversation is not really rich. Because they could use the platform to educate us about the person.
Exactly.
A lot more. They couldn't do so much more.
Or you can say, I love Yolanda. Like you can just say that. Not copy what Cyril said. Cop.
And it's a copy paste. So I think what they do is they pay people, which is a real thing nowadays anyway. Most brands do it, where they pay foot soldiers on Twitter to actually tweet on their behalf. So they do that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people that are involved on there. And then before we even get to Big Brother, I mean, I see that we're just talking about, the expression for fans and stuff like that. We're going to get to Big Brother before we get excited.
Sure.
Let's get to the busiest day and the busiest hour.
The busiest day of the week last week was again Tuesday.
Yes, I see that.
Tuesday, just under 1 million again, so 980,000. And some of the conversations that were happening on the Tuesday, Discovery Bank and Power Solutions. So I'm guessing Discovery Bank is now offering a solar and backup power solution for their clients.
I've heard of that one, which is pretty dope.
They install within 48 hours.
Yeah.
Other banks have been doing it for some time. Welcome to the party, Discovery. You just discovered something new.
They just discovered something. Wait till they say they discovered that. I see that there's violence in KZN that has been happening.
Yeah, always.
As always, yeah, definitely. And then the world news coverage about Hamas rejecting Israel's ceasefire offer and questions about their concern over their people. So that conversation is still definitely going on. It was one of the biggest conversations in the top 10 that happened last year. So this is something that we definitely need to look at. But yeah, that's what happened on the busiest day last week.
And there was also just stuff around elections. So information about the number of political parties registered for the elections and an update on security measures before Easter. They had to say, good, we have cops everywhere stationed. I got stopped, by the way, but that's a story for another day.
Sure, you got stopped again because the last time you got stopped on TV.
By the same cop. Oh, no. Not the TV ones.
Okay, different ones. Okay.
Man.
The other day I was driving past Eastgate. Just by Eastgate there, they put 2 roadblocks, bro. Like literally less than a kilometer from each other.
That's close to where we used to work.
Yeah.
We used to see those roadblocks
all the time.
And see people are running away from roadblocks and get into accidents.
Yeah, this side and this side of the mall they had it. So there was definitely police presence, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's good.
I'm for police presence, even though some of our police are obviously corrupt here and there, but I'm for police presence because it deters a few little things. But we've chatted about that thing, even.
But I think the efforts are focused on the wrong part.
Of course.
Right? Yes, we want to avoid car accidents and all that shit, all that stuff. But I think they are a bit more hard on law-abiding citizens.
Sure,
right?
yeah, they are.
Abantu
Yeah.
driving more to Kotli Diskak, they don't have money or forgot your license, you get arrested. But
Oh,
the
yeah.
criminal that kills someone, they don't get arrested.
There's a lyric that says, I think I hope I don't misquote you. I think it is pretty ugly. He says that something, he talks about his friend being in jail for marijuana, but there's people out there who've raped 8-year-old little girls, and they walking free. They only served 8 years, and for something like that, something small, what some people say. So yeah, the cops are looking for. They actually, what's wrong about them is they're touching on the minuscule things, and the real criminals.
No, they're going for a low-hanging fruit.
Low-hanging fruit, yeah.
That's what they're going for.
If you look scared,
low-hanging.
it's over for you.
It's over for you. Because I was watching just not so long ago, today, there's an interview that's out, the ENCN interview. They were interviewing a criminologist, right?
Yeah.
And she was saying that crime is still going to be on the rise in South Africa because criminals are not scared of the punishment that they are getting. So our justice, or what's this, policing needs to tighten up the punishments for these criminals so that they get scared to go to jail. These guys are not scared to get arrested, chiefs.
Nah,
they are not scared.
They're definitely not scared. I'll tell you this though. I mean, I think this stems from small little things like what happens in government. So we saw Cyril Ramaphosa get away with some treason stuff. Some government officials get away every day with doing stuff that is so wrong. And a normal human being says,
if they can do it,
yeah, if they can do it, and it starts trickling down from the police, and then it goes to you because you want to break the law quickly because it suits you at that time. So yeah, it really is becoming a little bit of a problem in the system. But let's talk about the conversation that was happening on the busiest day last week. I'm seeing that ANC people, Bibi Mzansi, so on the busiest day obviously being Tuesday, ANC, Bibi Mzansi, Kositwala, Yolanda,
Diddy, of course.
Diddy, of course, is definitely, Zuma is definitely there. What else is here? Family,
there's money,
elections,
jiggy. What's jiggy now?
Angazi jiggy is keeping.
Maybe jiga enja.
Jiggy, Damlin is on here. I know that there's some conversations happening about Damlin and their courses. And I think what did they say? I'll bring you guys the news next week, but there's some controversy around the Damlin courses also that's going on right now.
Yeah, and Curo also made the news again because of some pictures that they had. I think it was, they had a
young black girl.
Yes, but my daughter's school, they do that, man. I think it's Entrepreneurs Day or something like that.
Yes.
Where the cashier was actually a black child and the person buying a white child. To be honest, it's just school. For me, it's just school.
But I work in pictures, and a picture says everything.
True.
Even
I'm in marketing, and I understand exactly what you are saying.
Yeah, even if we swapped it into a white lady, it would have still, in South African context, it would have been awkward because we never see white cashiers. But it would have been a better touch.
It would have been. It's similar to what happened to BMW.
Yeah.
A lot of brands who did this again.
H&M. Yeah.
It's just those small. It's minor detail that we talk about before you publish something. That is it okay?
Was it even necessary? I think that photo they could have just taken it out.
That one out, or two black kids.
Yeah. It makes it a bit better. Or two white kids. I mean,
but
race is a thing in South Africa. You can't play around with it.
For them, it was probably they didn't notice that. I know it's the nuances.
They did.
You think so?
I think so because they purposefully, they had to pose that picture a couple of times, dude.
Maybe for them it was just kids at school. They didn't think that far.
Or what if the kid quickly ran to the cashier on the other side and go, I want to be the cashier.
Or she wanted to be that. You know what I'm saying? So.
But as a school, you have the right to know the tone and read the room, because some other pictures were showing them the white kids playing around with, or being doctors to toys like lions and cats and stuff like that, and the black kids are more like doing manual labor type of things.
For me, Uguti, they are taking the ones that fit. Probably if you look at all the pictures, it represents everyone.
So what if your daughter was the cashier on the other side?
I wouldn't mind. Because she deals with money. It's fine. She must understand money. She mustn't be a spender. She must understand money.
For sure. Yeah, fair enough. But yeah, there's definitely something going on in those news. There's a lot going on in what was happening last week. And of course, on that day, like we said, we're seeing a lot of stuff going on. Let's go to the busiest hour and the busiest
the busiest hour last week was actually 10 a.m. followed by 11 a.m.
So it's changed from 9
It's
to
changed.
10.
Yes.
Okay.
So that has changed. And then in the evening, it's 8 p.m. followed by 7 p.m.
Now it's changed also because it
It's
was
changed
8, 9,
again.
I think, last
It
week.
was
Yeah.
8 and 9.
Yeah, so
it's
it
changed again.
definitely has changed for
So
those
that's
advertisers.
the sweet spot. So 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Those 3 hours are sweet. If you want to do a Twitter space, if you want to get people to engage, they are highly active at that time. And in the
Sure.
morning, it can be from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Those 3 hours again are magical.
For sure, yeah. And then, I mean, I don't see a lot of spaces lately. What's going on, bro?
Hey, there's no space.
Is talking boring?
I think it's because of the low engagement currently that people are getting. And it could be one thing, how you title your space.
Sure.
Title it in a way that it's enticing and you want intrigue, right? You want to draw people into it, not just saying talking to Cyril.
Yeah.
Find a catchy tagline that's going to draw people to say, oh, I want to understand. Trying to understand what's in Cyril's brain type of thing. You understand? Then I'd want to listen to that.
All right, so we know Utama spaces obviously don't exist anymore, or they do exist, sorry. It's just that people actually don't engage in much. And I think I found them useful as a photographer for sharing information and creating a community and having an audience. Funny enough, on Twitter, we don't have fleets anymore and people miss them. When we have stuff, we don't use them as much.
I think Elon is so focused on the technical stuff and not on stuff that make the platform fun.
Sure, yeah.
The platform is no longer fun.
It isn't, no.
He's no longer investing as much technology into spaces. If Jack was there, spaces would have improved by now.
By far,
It would have been
yeah.
better.
It would be a different product even, yeah,
You know
for
what I'm
sure,
saying?
yeah.
Twitter is not evolving. Twitter is becoming about bots. Twitter is becoming about explicit content. Twitter is all about impressions and clickbait.
For sure, yeah. It's no longer that Twitter anymore. But I mean, we still love Twitter. It still is a powerful tool for anybody that wants to play on there because there's a huge audience that is captivating, that is waiting to be captivated rather. And if you know how to do that, you can definitely play in that space. We've talked about it before. Some people are very scared to play onto the Twitter space, especially Black Twitter. And that space, once you find it, you can win, and you will win. We've seen Nando's, we've seen brands like Chicken Licking, we've seen brands like Ituba Cares, we've seen, there's a lot of brands that have done so well on the X space that once you jump on it and you know how to read your audience, you'll definitely be winning. And we've talked about this. Twitter is more like it's not like Instagram where it's all about pictures and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you need to find ways to engage with your audience and create a community and have them talking.
Who's that guy that's always on now? I think who the F is meek.
Who the F is meek, yeah.
Like those people.
Yeah.
They understand the platform.
For sure,
they
yeah.
can still use it.
They know exactly how to talk to people using different messages. So shout out to people like that. But anyway, let's get to the top trending hashtags from last week, bro.
Top trending last week, number 5, vote EFF 2024. I think it resurfaced again because he was on 947 with Anele. They had an interview with Mr.
Danele,
Julius
yeah,
Malema.
yeah.
Amazing interview. If you haven't listened to it, go check it out. I think you get to know Julius Gangan. You see the soft side of this teddy bear made of.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of the interview. Really interesting interview. I only got to the part where he was talking about flowers and stuff like that to his wife. But really,
flowers.
Yeah,
Imagine
so
Julius buying flowers.
Interesting.
Being romantic.
Yeah, so hashtag vote EFF 2024 with 9.5 mentions, 9.5 thousand mentions and 182 million impressions. And then at number 4, hashtag RHODurban, which is Real Housewives of Durban, with 10,000 mentions and 105 million impressions. Obviously, that's a show that's playing right now.
Show. Yeah, like you said, it's a reality show, and we're gonna be seeing it for some time. I think we called it last week already.
Yeah, so that there's going to be a new show that comes in and replaces that number 1 or something like that. So we're seeing that in our stats. So we actually compiled a report of the stats from last week, and I was just looking at that, a peep of it, is that a lot of the stuff that's on there is about reality shows, bro.
Yep.
So anybody that's got a reality show trusts South Africans are very much engaging with reality shows.
Because they think it's reality.
They think it's not. It's definitely not. And then who do we have at number 3?
Number 3, we have Liema Pantsi. She left Big Brother, but she's still the talk of the town. Some people are happy that she didn't win. Some are celebrating hard. But she's on our number 3 with 37,000 mentions and 40 million impressions.
Nice one. So that's on Liema Pantsi. Of course, she's a Big Brother Mzansi member. We know that Big Brother Mzansi is over now. And then at number 2 is another Big Brother member. So hashtag Yolanda Monyai with 50,000 mentions and 81 million impressions. She came in at number 2 in South Africa.
She was interviewed on Podcast and Chill, I think.
She was on Podcast and Chill, so she became obviously much bigger. So those are the top trending hashtags. I mean, we know that Podcast and Chill has got a huge audience, and so she was definitely trending even more. And we did say that people love her, and have been showing so much love to her. And then who do we have at number 1, bro?
Number 1, we know Bibi Mzansi with 129,000 mentions and 957 million impressions. I think this is not, it's done. Like Sunday was the last day.
Sunday was the last day.
Sunday was the last day. The winner was Mac Jr.
Yeah,
Your homie, who Ghost was number last.
It was 5 or 6 or something like that.
Bra Ghost.
Bra Ghost, you let us down.
You let Cyril Zuma down.
Yeah, you let me down. But
he was betting on that horse from the get-go. You were like, my man.
But he can do us a favor by coming onto the show. So I'm going to speak to Bridget. If you're listening to this, please do me a favor. Please speak to Papa Ghost. I need him on the show to tell me about the show and just what happened on the show. So it would be interesting to have a Big Brother Mzansi member, because we had Big Brother Mzansi trending in South Africa in the top 3, top 4 for the rest ever since it started up until now.
Sure.
And so now I wonder now if obviously another Big Brother will come up now.
Definitely the second half of the year. So they're going to take a break for some time.
About June, July.
Probably around July, August. It's going to come out again.
Interesting.
No Diddy.
No Diddy on that one. So yeah, those were the top trending hashtags in South Africa, and of course we only cover 5 of them. If you do want the top 10, the top 20, the top 50, please make sure that
top
you hit us up.
Or you want to look at it at your hashtag. You want an analysis of your hashtag, who was engaging at what time, and all those kind of things. You can hit us up. We can help you with that too. For
sure. Make sure that you email us on spazatalk@gmail.com, or you can hit us up on our social media platforms on Twitter and also on LinkedIn. All right, brother. So let's get to the people that are earning the most in the country.
That are with you.
Yeah, that are with me earning right now. The people that are
highest earners.
Yeah, the ones that are not taking 2,800 rand per month.
I'll tell you about the highest earner of the country after these guys, right?
Okay.
So number 5, we have PMC Africa with 13,000 mentions. So it was mentioned over 13,000 times and got 121 million impressions.
Sure. Before you carry on, I think it's important for us. I'll say this again.
Sure.
We have to say at.
Because
people just, it can become a bit...
Must it be mentioned?
Yeah, must it be mentioned. So let's say at PMC Africa got mentioned 13,000 times and 121. So yeah, that's the one. I mean, if you guys want to look for PMC, use the at sign and actually search for him.
PMC.
Yeah, and then actually
that's the handle.
Yeah, and then at number 4, we have at M_Blue with 14,000 mentions and 37 million impressions coming at number 4. Obviously,
the impressions are very, very low,
for him, but he's a returner, so for me it doesn't really matter. He's been here quite a while. The impressions are quite low.
The impressions means that he's not getting paid.
It probably means it, but he's getting mentioned quite a lot.
He's mentioned, but the impressions are what secure your paycheck.
Sure. I mean, look, he's here in our top 5.
Okay.
So, hey.
Hey, man, you let us know if they paid you. If they didn't, we can escalate it for you.
Yeah, talk to us. And then at number 3 is your favorite, at Destiny Z, 16,000 mentions and 108 million impressions. Of course, she just gives
forever getting
stuff.
paid. You know, she's forever paid, man.
Forever paid. Yeah,
not 350.
Yeah. She's definitely getting paid more than 350. And then, but please do the last 2, because you say number 1, you've got some stuff.
No, that's above number 1. I have a bonus.
Yes.
Yeah, they don't tweet, but they get the most money.
Okay,
I'll tell you now.
Yeah, I want to know who this one is.
So number 2, we have at MDN News with 19,000 mentions and 113 million impressions. I think that's good. That's good. That's a paycheck, right?
Yeah, and MDNS News have been coming out with news, so the latest stuff, especially like robberies,
bus
crashes, and the Penintuli story,
the Kaba brothers,
the Kaba brothers, which is obviously trending right now also. But unfortunately, they just don't get into the stats we do. But you were about to tell me about your number 1.
No, let's go into Chris. He's not the one I'm going to be talking about. There's someone above everyone. Yeah.
Okay. So in number 1,
who's all Murekis. If you think there's a Mureki, he is a Mureki of that Mureki.
So he's a Mureki for Chris Exo.
Chris Excel is nothing. He's the Mureki of anyone that you can think of.
Is this on X?
No, not on X, but the news. It's on the news though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So at number one, who's our number one?
Number one is Chris Excel at Chris Excel 102 with 19,000 mentions, similar to MDN News, and 149 million impressions. I think that's nice, Chris.
Yeah, that's definitely nice for
Most toxic
Chris.
man.
The most toxic man is at number one. He deserves a round of applause. And I'll say that because he's been consistently at number one, number two, as the most mentioned in South Africa. So if you want to be mentioned the most, look at the kind of content they're posting and you'll get an idea.
Yeah. Don't copy them. Find
don't copy
something
them.
new,
Yeah,
please.
definitely.
We are tired of that.
And I mean, we have so many people who the F is make. We have that lady, I can't remember, we think it's a lady, I can't remember it. We have so many people, but we only cover the top 5 once again.
Sure.
So if you want to see a full report of the top 20, the top 100, please make sure that you hit us up. And we can tell you what you did, how you did in the stats last week or even the month or the year. So yeah, come to us. But
Are you ready for this one?
Yeah, who's
Are you ready for this
who's
one?
the Moreki of all Morekis?
The Moreki of all Morekis. Eh?
Yeah.
Group CEO of Standard Bank, Sim Shabalala.
Aye.
Eh? They
Where is
just
it?
released an article today.
Yeah.
Where I think they were showing their numbers, how they performed in 2023. They had
Yes.
finalized everything. So I'm a package, I'm a bonus. Yonke into.
How much money was in?
How much money was in and how much he's making a day based on what he's getting.
Can I guess how much he makes a day? Do you have the stats there?
I do.
Okay. Or what number were you going to tell me? Because I want to see how much this guy's
Do
earning.
you want to see the final number? Ngitwen?
Yeah, I need to know you want to tell us something. So, me, I want to
Group
guess how much.
CEO Sim Shabalala received total remuneration of more than
Yeah.
83 million last year.
Yeah.
With
That's excluding bonuses.
no, that includes everything.
Okay.
That includes everything. So that's the total we be getting.
Yeah.
And in a day, when they break it down in a day, it's not the same article, man. It's around 200 and something thousand a day.
Yeah.
Last year when they showed them numbers were 2022, he was still the highest, and he received per day it was 152,000.
That man can buy Polo cash every day.
Don't say that. You're gonna hurt a lot of people.
He can buy a quid cash.
Quit every hour.
That is so
He
crazy.
can
So
buy a
Sim
Bajaj.
Shabalala, this the group CEO
The
of.
group CEO of Standard Bank.
What a guy! What a gem.
Yeah.
So he's the Moreki of all Morekis.
He's the Moreki of bring your Moreki, he'll buy your Moreki something. So per day it's 228,000.
Wow. That is hella crazy.
Yep.
I wonder if he's probably not richer than our Vodacom guy.
The big man.
The big man.
Mukhet.
What's happening with that guy? Because he's been paid. What's happening? Why is it
Is
quiet?
he paid
now?
already?
No.
Did the wire hit?
No, I don't think that.
Did you get a notification from Time Bank?
I hope that guy doesn't disappear when the money comes in, because
Oh,
that is a lot of money, dude.
true story.
Interesting one. It has been an interesting week, bro. Thank you so much. Is there anything else that you want to talk about? I mean, we're going to talk about the ad of the week, of course.
So besides Sim Shabalala, man, I think those numbers just paralyzed me. But other than that, we can talk about the ad of the week.
For sure, yeah,
Yeah.
we'll definitely talk about the ad of the week. So I see that Chicken Licken did it again.
Chicken Licken did it again, man.
I watched the ad. What a dope ad, right?
So funny. So the ad is around make your family proud,
Yeah.
and it's a new meal that they are pushing. It's a family meal, and the main character is Dave Legs of Tandam Kichi.
Kim Kichi. Yeah.
Then daughter, he wins a race running backwards. Eh? This man runs everything.
He runs to his holiday.
He runs to his holiday.
He
He runs the kids to school. The president runs for president.
Yeah,
he runs for the
he
president.
runs for the president. That was so dope.
That is a funny ad and crazy. I know the guy that worked on that.
Oh, yeah.
I know the guy that worked on that, and he said he's gonna come through next week and just chat to us for 5 minutes.
For sure,
So I
yeah.
think we can ask him the questions around this, if he can chat about this, or just his career and how does he get to think about something like this? Because this is a beautiful ad, man. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's such a beautiful ad. We're definitely going to put a link below. You guys check out the ad. And then next week, make sure that you are with us when we chat to some of the guys who've worked on the campaign. Hopefully, we'll have them on the show. We'll make sure that we have them. We're going to do our best. But yeah.
And then big news. I'm glad you guys stayed until the end. We are dropping our Bohosi episode on Sunday. It's a big one.
It's
guys.
a big
It's
one,
a
eh?
big one, guys.
It's going to be a long interview, but it's a
worth
really,
it.
really interesting
Yeah.
interview. If you have time and break it up into 10 pieces, whatever you want
Pieces.
to. Yeah, it's gonna be it's a really lovely interview where he lets us into the world of advertising
And his brain.
What a smart gent, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm glad you guys stayed away. I stayed until the end. A really, really great bonus. But that is all for Mumshuti Wabashuti. I will check you guys next week on Spaza Talk. And for my co-host, anything you want to say, brother?
Life is beautiful, man. I just love life. Let's live life.
Let's
enjoy life and love ourselves and be responsible. I'm giving advice now. I'm campaigning.
You're dropping bars, yeah.
And then Sebastian, your mic drop moment. In 2028, Spaza Talk is running for president. Kidding,
Imagine.
guys.
But yeah, for Mumshuti Wabashuti, it has been really amazing. I want to thank our sponsors, Color Space and Brandwatch. Make sure that you check out www.colorspace.co.za. New users can register and you can also submit your photos, and also make sure that you check out www.brandwatch.com for all the information that we're talking about. You can also
But
hit
you
us
won't
up.
find it. Don't think you can go there and find it. It's not free.
It's definitely not free. You definitely need to hit us up on spazatalk@gmail.com. We'll definitely give you some information if you're looking for some stats. Of course, it'll cost you a little bit of money, but it's going to be really informative if you want to get into the Twitter space and understand the Twitter space. And of course, the bonus I talked about is we'll share you guys a little bit later, but we are compiling a report on what happened in 2023, some of the trending topics, what was happening in 2023, and I think it's lovely for everybody to see and sort of get a roundup of what happened in 2023 and what might happen in 2024. So we have some predictions on there what might happen this year too.
Yep.
Dope one, my brother. I will definitely see you guys next week. From Mumshuti Wabashuti. Peace.
Ciao.